It's just tree sex all over my bike. This is my new Rebel 500. It's my first motorcycle. I am 48 years old, so maybe it counts as a midlife crisis. I have 4 kids, and I really got to the point where I feel like I needed something for myself that I've always wanted to do, and learning to ride a motorcycle and having a motorcycle was one of them. All right, let's do a little unboxing. Everything I've got here today I ordered from Amazon, so we're going to see how good it looks, if it's of any quality, and go from there. Let's see. I believe this is the rear exhaust frame slider to protect the rear exhaust if I drop the bike. Ooh, don't cut myself. That would be bad. Oh, look, it's made in China. Who would have guessed? I'll put links to everything down in the comments. Just a disclaimer, I think you're required to make them. It will probably become an affiliate link. It's not one right now, but let's just call it an affiliate link. So there's 2 bolts, and then here's the actual frame slider. Yeah, I mean, it's metal and plastic, says Rebel on it. I know some people have taken this off. We'll see how that works and what it looks like once I get it on there. Put that over there. So this would be the flip kit for the mirrors, which I'm pretty excited about. The reason I'm doing that is I have really wide shoulders and it's got really small mirrors, and I still may swap them out, but I see a lot of either me or a lot of the road, and I like to have a little reference of what's what when I'm driving. So these are just brackets, again, that allow you to flip it from the top to the bottom. Gives it more of a bobber look anyway, so that's cool. And then these are machined mirror plugs that will go on top. They're probably hard to see. That will go on top. They got a little O-ring to stop water, stop it from getting rusted, and cover up the thread holes on the top once you put those in. So that'll be great over there. And then this one I originally wasn't going to buy. This is crash guard for the front engine. I think everybody knows what a crash guard is if you're watching this. I don't necessarily like the style of crash guards, but I was looking at the frame sliders for the Rebel, and what a lot of people didn't like is they didn't really come out far enough. Like the pedals and the controls would still hit the ground. Also, not providing as much engine protection or handlebar protection and leverage. So I'm going to go with these for now, and we will see what they look like once I get them on, and if I actually do like them. I'm more of a retro bike or a bobber kind of style is what I currently like, and I say currently because I'm aware that all of this can change. But being a brand new rider, seriously, I think I have 17 miles on the bike. I've only ridden it on the public roads 3 times. One of those was a trip home, which hilariously, I was extremely nervous. And the reason that's funny is I used to be a cop. And, but when you got 4 kids, it kind of heightens your sense of like, I want to make sure I'm okay and I'm safe. I had my wife follow me. Incidentally, she bought a bike too. She's a first-time rider. And I rode her bike home as well, because she wasn't ready to do that on the public streets, but done some parking lot practice. So yeah, you know, this had really good reviews on Amazon. Just feeling it. It's really heavy. The welds have been painted over, so I really don't know what quality they are. Yeah, it's really not great there and there, but we're gonna go with it. And all right, let's get started. I think I'll start on the rear first. Let's do it to it. All right, let's figure out how we're going to put this on. Of course, it doesn't come with instructions, but I think there's really a lot of versatility to this. So this unscrews, and this on the end is plastic, which I think all of it's plastic, but that's okay. It's meant to take a blow, so probably be fine. This is a 5/16 Allen key. I'm going to unscrew this guy and go figure out where we want it. It does, I think, provide some adjustability, just based if you want it up or down, how you want it. Let's see what we can do here. Probably should have gloves on. People talk about not touching your exhaust. That's okay. So I think I might actually like it like this. That brings this out above that bolt if we do it that way. So supplied bolt again. I think that one's 5/16 also. Yep, 5/16. And it comes with a self-locking nut. No nylon insert. I wish it would have had nylon to help with vibration. Probably could put some blue Loctite on here, which I don't have, but this should go through here. Nope, that's not going to tighten it up. So that's interesting. It's too long with that part back here. But that's the right size for that hole. So let me figure that out and I'll be back. Okay, so as people have said online and in these other videos, they don't send you the correct bolts. And people never really could figure out what this offset bracket was for. I mean, it doesn't really actually clear that if you wanted it in that position. I mean, you could rest it down here on the exhaust, but it's probably going to rattle. Some people have went and got spacers and just simply mounted this directly through, because like this, it's hard to see, but there's still this smooth portion of the bolt that's made to rest against something, so you're not going to be able to tighten the nut down. And the smaller bolt, if I went with kind of the way it was originally set up, the smaller bolt does go through here, but it's got play, and that's going to rattle, and I don't want that. So what I did figure out, though, is if I take this offset bracket and put it on the back right here, the factory exhaust bolt, I'm not going to undo it, but it kind of acts as a locator pin, and then you can put it in the back. And now we can insert the long bolt with the long shoulder that came with it through the base of the frame slider and put it through. And now there's enough room back here. We're past the shoulder. I will be able to tighten down this nut as such. And then I'm going to tighten it up here in a second and screw this down. And it still comes out past the exhaust and not crazy. And once I get it tightened, it should not come off of this factory exhaust bolt, which works like a locator pin now. There's no thread. I guess you could get a longer bolt and actually bolt that to it if you wanted it more secure. If it rattles, I will do that. But for now, I think this is going to be the solution. So this bolt it came with is a 15 millimeter. Let's see if I can hold that and tighten it at the same time with the Allen key. So we're going to do this. Snug it down here. All right. Now let's switch hands because I'm a righty. Hold it with the Allen key and tighten it with the wrench if possible. I really need to get a set of Allen drivers. That would be really phenomenal. I have a project car I'm working on too. It doesn't need Allen wrenches really. It's a Crown Vic. It's not even metric. So, and you can always put blue thread locker on there. So yeah, like I like this setup. I think probably not the way it's designed. And on Amazon, they show this bracket with the offset on the outside, but I literally think this was the intention for it. So like that works as like it's not budging at all. If it starts to work loose, I'll put blue thread lock on it. And now we're just going to put the end piece on. Try not to cross thread it. It does say Rebel on it. Some people like that. Give or take for me. I really kind of don't care. But it looks kind of cool. So there we have it. And that's pretty firm. So if I drop the bike, it's probably 1.5 to 2 inches out of the exhaust. And that's the factory exhaust. So first mod done. All right. Now we're going to put on the crash guards. So far what I've discovered is there's a left and right on this one. And it lines up about right here. But it looks like I'm going to have to loosen the radiator to get this to go over the upper part and go from there. The kit does appear to have all of the bolts with it. I'll show you this. Comes with the bolts. There are some spacers that go on the crash guard, and then the bars that go across the middle. This is the connector piece that just sits in there and clamps in. Various size tools. It comes with some foam tape, which I think is really cool, that I'm going to put inside there. That's going to help reduce any chatter or vibration from the part that clamps around it. So let me get to disconnecting some stuff and we'll go from there. Might be a little hard to see, but here's the foam tape. Cut 3 pieces to length and inserted it here. Maybe you can see that. On all 3 sides. Do the same on the other side. All right, next step is to go ahead and remove this bolt here. So we're going to do that. Sorry, holding this by hand. I don't want to go get my short tripod and being lazy. All right, I'm going to turn it off and loosen that, but you know what it looks like to take a bolt out. All right, that bolt's kind of tight, so I got my small impact. We'll see if that breaks it up here a little bit. There we go. Man, those things are nice. There's one spot where I love Harbor Freight. Shout out to them. I'll put a link there too, to that one, so Hercules. I don't know if they have an affiliate program or not, but I actually really like the Hercules products. So anyway, all right, now we got to get off the radiator from this mount to see if I can get enough room to get that bar across there. So let's see what size Allen key. Getting this guy in here is the trick. Maybe if I hinge it, there we go. Man, I bet you I didn't even need to do that. Why didn't I think of that before? Okay. So that will be like that. Yeah, you know, let me put the radiator back. I think I figured it out. So to put that on, I guess you just come up here like this, really high, and then hinge it down. That was completely unneeded. Man, should have thought of that to start with, but hey, look, I thought of it. Now you don't have to if you do it. Wow! Okay. Now that I figured out you don't actually have to remove the radiator, so start this guy high, sideways, and then hinge it down and let it sort of come into place right here. Cool beans. Now, this upper area here, there's this plastic grommet that goes in here, and then your skinny bolt comes in through that grommet, and the guard itself is threaded on the other side. So you just want to get it started. Do the second hole right here. Okay, just started. Now I don't think the Honda bolt is long enough. They give you new bolts, but they're chrome. I'm going to actually see if the Honda bolt will still fit anyway, because it's black. It does, actually. So I'm going to go back with the Honda bolt with the nut. And then I'm going to cut the camera. The other side's going to be exactly the same, so I'm not going to move my camera. I'm just going to go around. Leave everything loose. That way you can square it up and align it, because remember, this spacer here has to go into here. So you want to be able to line it up. So when I get the other side on, I'll cut back and get everything tight. Okay, other side's on. The only thing that was a little different is the horn bracket is on that lower bolt. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you get that back on there. And then obviously the wire for the horn is there too. Don't pinch it in the controls. Now, I think this bolt on the back is a 15 millimeter. We will see. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to gently give it some ugga-duggas, hopefully here. Oops, or not. May have to use the handheld ugga-dugga tool in order to do that, so that's fine. Stop me from over-tightening it as well. Righty-tighty. Okay. Just there. I'm going to work on this top bolts. let's see, that's the same size as the other set. So make sure you don't cross thread it. It feels not right. Let's try again. There we go. Nope, I think it's just tight on this side. The other side was really easy. Yeah, no, that's fine. All right, so we're gonna tighten down these to snug, and then we're really gonna do the other side and do the same thing. It's just like building box furniture, y'all. Don't go in order, right? Like, just get these kind of tight, and then I'm literally gonna bounce back and forth to put the final tightness on them diagonally so that we don't get anything out of the square. And also, make sure you got everything loose. That connector right there in the middle that goes in there, you gotta have some space to be able to get that in there, so do that. Okay, I'm gonna snug these down and then we'll give a final view on how the whole thing looks, and I'll do a little walk around. All right, crash guards are installed. So here's the right side. And then when you come over here, you can see they just bolt in. This is where the foam tape went, was in that area. And here, come in. They provide some protection on the front of the radiator. Part in the middle doesn't look so great, but for the price, I'm gonna go with it. I think they're okay. There you go. And then earlier I was talking about the horn. Let's see, there's the horn and the bracket. And that bolt right there is the one you gotta loosen. So all in all, really snug, provide some protection against falls. I'm happy with it. All right, mirror flip kit. Absolutely no instructions, brackets, screws. It actually does look like it came with plugs. It didn't say that, so my other order was needless, although these are knurled and flat. I think they're gonna look better than the slotted one, so I'll probably use the ones I ordered anyway. Let me get this open and figure out what's going on and what size tools, and we'll be back. Okay, so far I've determined we need a 14 millimeter and an 8 millimeter. So first thing we're gonna do is take the mirror off, pull up the little boot here all the way, and it's got a jam nut, and this part that goes down here. Let's see, I think we could just undo this one. Yeah, the whole thing, it just loosens and unscrews. Okay. It's pretty easy. Just like that. Don't drop it. And ultimately the goal is to have these things down here, but we're gonna flip them so that they're the other way around. All right, now, my kit, my bracket over here comes with some new longer bolts. And the brackets. So what we've got to do is get the bracket that, there's a left and a right. You can see you want it to go this way and then kind of jut out a little bit. It's going to come right here. So we got to take out those two bolts. And do be careful, like this is what your brake lever and everything's attached to, so I know about where it's at. And there should be a little mark under there just from where it's been clamped down. Actually, before I do that, let me get the new bolts ready to go. That way I can just pop it right back on there with the bracket. And there's a spacer that has to go in there as well. So there's the spacers. And 2 bolts. Okay, good to go there. Now, with the bracket, I think the thing to do is to put the spacer, because this curves and there'd be no way to actually get that all the way down and flush. So I'm gonna put the spacer between the clamp and the bracket. So let's get that undone to start with. So do the bottom one first. They are definitely snug. Just go easy. There we go. loose. Get this one loose. You can see the whole brake assembly is moving, so just take your time. I'm holding it with my fingers. That way it don't fall and smack into something. Okay. Bottom one out. Sorry, hope I'm not blocking the camera. I'm actually trying to show this live. I guess it's not live. I'm trying to show it in real time. How's that? Okay. And top one. There we go. All right, and you see the clamp just comes off now. Let's get the new bolts and spacers, which I should have done. Let's make sure I got the right bracket in my hand. I do. Wearing a hoodie, and I threw everything in the hoodie because it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? All right. Let's get the bracket. Okay. So, clamp could be tricky. Okay. Actually, start the bolt in the bracket like that. Put the spacer on the bolt like that. Okay. And go ahead and start it. Hold everything together a little bit, and then we'll do the bottom one. There we go. All right, so that's just loose. Now, it'll hang out there. Let me get the other spacer and the other bolt. Spacer and bolt. Okay, so again, goes like that. And then we're going to line it up here. Okay. I'm just going to gently snug it down, then I'm going to get on the bike and make sure the brake lever is where I like it, because it can roll and flop and that kind of stuff. So snug. I got to slide the camera, sorry. And guess I can leave it right there. I'll put it back. You'll be okay. All right, this feels a little far forward. I think that's probably better right about there. So just see if we twist those by hand just to hold it in place. There we go. All right, now. And get that Allen key. It still looks like a 3/16, which is the same thing the other one was. Oh, well, let me put this back. All right. Snug. Do wish these were black, but I guess I can always switch them out. Make sure they're snug. You don't want your brake to go nowhere when you go to use it. And again, I'll check these if need be. I will add blue Loctite. Okay. So that one is snug. All right. Now I'm going to put a plug in here. Let me go get the ones I ordered, because I do like those a little better. The kit, again, did come with some. Don't have to order them, but I like the way these look a little better. See if I'll focus. So these are knurled, and they have a little O-ring on them, which is nice. And they should screw right into here. Just like that. These are plastic, so they're not aluminum. I thought they were, but that's okay. Just to clean it up a little bit. The other ones are flatter and have a flathead screwdriver slot in the top of them. I think these look cleaner. Okay, now I'm going to take the other mirror off real quick, because it actually goes on this side. You have to flip the mirrors since they're upside down. So same process, and I'll be right back. Okay, back. So this is the left side mirror, and it's going to flip and go this way. I'm leaving both the jam nut and the other nut on there. And since there's nothing for this to screw into, the kit comes with a new lock nut with a nylon insert. That's a lock nut. And that goes in the bracket back here. And I'll show that to you in just a second. All right, here we are. So now this is the new bracket that comes on, brake lever. And this guy, so this is the left side mirror, now goes on the right side, right here. And you're gonna wanna make sure, so my brake lever is a little close. I will have to roll this whole thing forward a little bit in order to get that guy in there. So let me adjust that a little bit and I'll come back. All right, let's try again here. See how we end up. Could take the brake lever off, but I don't really want to. I don't think you should have to. I was running into the same problem trying to put that bolt back on. Dadgummit. Let's try it this way. Okay, so this is officially a pain in the ass part. Let's see. Might have it started. Yeah, I think I do. Maybe. Nope. Let's try again. It is hitting the brake lever handle, so I may have to see if I can adjust that some more. I don't know that it's gonna go. It feels like the bracket needs to be a little more out that way towards the road side, not the bike side. All right, let me see if I can bend it out a little or adjust it, and I'll be back. Okay, I finally got the nut started. It's really tight to the brake lever control. I'm gonna get everything snugged down and adjust this because it's still loose and see if I can get it in line. The nut the kit came with, this is an 11/16. So have that handy. That way I can kind of get the mirror lined up here and start snugging it down. Get to that nylon part. My goal here is to keep it parallel with the hand grip. I think it just looks nicer. I guess you can adjust it wherever you want to. Okay, now I'm going to use my 14 and hold the actual jam nut on the mirror right here while I snug this nut down. Okay, feels snug there. All right, I'll take a picture and show you guys the actual contact here. I'm not sure I like that. I'm gonna just fidget with this and see if I can get everything lined up and see how it feels. So far, it doesn't feel like it's affecting the brake lever, but obviously you don't want anything affecting your brake or clutch levers. All right, finished for the day. Got the mirrors on. The clutch side went on perfect, no clearance issues with over here. I think it's just the way the bolt is on the, let's see if you can see that. Yeah, plenty of room there. And just, again, the bolt on this side touches the brake lever bolt. Could bend that bracket down a little bit, I think, but it doesn't seem to have any issues. But I may take it all back off and put it in my vise and just flex that bracket down, and that would solve the problem. But obviously, definitely gives it more of a bobber look with the mirrors flipped down. Engine guards, crash bars, looking pretty good. I like they don't stick out super far. They just come out to the end of the pedal. And then that rear exhaust frame slider. This side, I don't have anything on the rear. Doesn't come with passenger foot pegs, so I'd have to buy the little mount for the passenger foot pegs to put something on this side as well. But there's no exhaust over here. Try not to drop it to the left, that way the exhaust doesn't take the shock doesn't take the brunt of it. But I think she's looking pretty good. Hope the video helped y'all out.